What's up, guys? It's me, TRC, and today we're going to be playing Ace Combat 7. And it's just the start of a new series where I'm just going to stream one mission at a time, and you guys can talk shit about how I go or how I don't go or what I could have done better, and just have a bit of fun. Cheers, guys. Might start on normal.
Does the color of the sky mean anything special to you? It does to me.
I have heard that the cinematics are pretty notorious in this for being
When
wrong.
I close my eyes, the sky in my dreams is a deep, dark blue.
Ace Combat 7.
Pilots have been in my family for 4
The
generations.
graphics are really, really good. I'm
Flying's
impressed
in my DNA.
by the detail in the
Even so,
cutscenes.
My grandpa didn't want me joining the Air Force. He lost faith in the Ocean Air Defense the day
Old school
my dad
dual
died in
dumb roller.
battle.
You know, Abby, I wish you could see what it's like up there. Cruising above the clouds, the dark blue of the stratosphere. Nothing beats being at the controls and seeing it from the cockpit. Look here.
Gramps tossed a magazine over to me with an article. Unmanned fighters are no longer a dream, it read. Pilots taking to the skies will soon be a distant memory.
I don't see anything good coming from that.
Know what? Lying smack dab in the middle of
nice
the
range
desert
of
west of
planes.
here, there's a bunch of planes from the last war. Some of them have been mothballed, but most of them are just rusted piles of junk waiting to be scrapped. Gramps was really good friends with the super there, so he got to take whatever he wanted, no questions asked. That's how we got the parts to build our own plane. Now, when I say we, I mean me, my grandpa, and his old war buddies. I cut my teeth working with those geezers. They taught me their skills and some dirty jokes. But with their aging eyeballs and whatnot, I ended up having to do most of the work myself. I was at the airstrip doing some flight training when I saw it. A prototype drone. It wasn't much of a plane, more of a trash can with wings.
Laugh at it all you want, kid. But technology's always changing. If you don't keep up with it, it'll leave your ass behind.
It took 6 years and 8 months to get that engine running. And it took us another 1.5 years after that to finally get the balance of the airframe just right. I'd gone from being a little girl to, well, still a girl, just older. But now, I was all alone. Wherever the souls of my Gramps and his pals are flying, I hope it's peaceful.
She's still going.
Then, finally, I was ready to break the sound barrier. All this plane could do was take off, accelerate, and fly up. So, I flew up, straight up,
It's a nice
through the
F-104.
clouds, higher into the sky. Dark blue. I could almost touch it. Then I saw Osius fighters. They were tailing something. A drone. They were going full out chasing that thing. Doing 30 Gs at least. Damn, I've never seen anything move that fast. It had a rose painted on it. The Erusian emblem. But that country's a whole continent away from here.
Correct. You should have been wearing a vest with you, piece of junk. Should have built a return too.
Settle down. I said settle down. You have all been instrumental in helping to maintain peace in Usea as members of the International Union Peacekeeping Force. Until today. Earlier, our radar site informed us that a group of unidentified aircraft was approaching. Communication systems went down immediately afterwards. We are led to conclude that they have attacked the site. Here's your mission. It's possible that the Usian ceasefire agreement has been broken for the first time in over a decade. As of today, the Fort Grays Air Base Squadron of the IUPF has been put on high alert. All members who have been ordered to sortie, fly there immediately. Find the unidentified craft, then use your weapons to round them up and force them to land. If the hostiles counterattack, then you will...
What the hell was that? There's smoke! We're under attack. Numerous unidentified aircraft confirmed overhead. How is that possible?
The tank farm to the north has been bombed.
Many injured.
Scramble! All units, take off and eliminate the unidentified craft attacking the base. This is not a drill.
She's on. Let's do it. Alright, you just caught me out. I've played a little bit, but not too far into it. What's the starter one? Yeah, you start with the F-14. We'll just go with that. Get it. Yeah, boy. You start with the F... No, you must start with the F-16 then. That's the one. And we'll start with the starting aircraft. Let's do it.
Mage Squadron, aircraft preparations complete. Stand by at the front.
Radar site's still silent. Scramble. Get those birds in the sky. We're sitting ducks. What's happening? Bombers incoming. Don't know how many.
Let's clear that runway. We don't got all day here.
So far,
Head to runway.
for a
Well,
2-year-old
squadron,
game, the
take off.
graphics
Link
look
to sky.
amazing.
Hurry, Mage Squadron.
I think, anyway. I think in regards to the plane and cloud details.
Trigger, your call sign is Mage 2. Verify and read back. Mage 2, clear for takeoff. The situation is tight. It's a hell of an incoming party, but we're at 3 go. Good luck.
Control, do me a favor and get that bird in the air ASAP.
Hear that? Column Squadron and your wingmen are airborne. Take off and form up with Mage 1. Mage 2, altitude restriction is lifted. Good luck.
The carrier. Whoa. Looks like the harbor's taken a lot of damage.
Can't have any more casualties. Time to stop the bullshit. Mage 2, form up with Mage 1. All aircraft, let's do this. Golem Squadron, it's go time.
Roger that.
This is the AWAC Skykeeper. Take down all unidentified bombers. They don't have many escorts. They hit our radars hard in the last attack. Expect the worst and stay sharp.
Welcome. Trigger, I'm your wingman. Fly with me now. That's what it means to be in an element. You gotta keep an eye out for enemy bombers.
Enemy bomber confirmed down. Good job, Mage 2.
Not bad, Mage 2. Trigger, switch your radar. See if you can locate the enemy.
Right up
There
there.
it is, sitting there all pretty, just waiting to be taken. They're way overhead. Let's go introduce ourselves. support aircraft.
That's a miss.
That was close. That was very close.
Mage 2, targets in range, pair of bombers.
This is just kids play at the moment. Missiles make it easy.
Remember, he's still barely got his feet wet.
I'm just gonna try something a little bit different. We've gone a lot faster than them. I might try and flank them and then attack them from the rear.
Trigger, don't forget your special weapon.
I can't change my special weapon because I'm a dumbass and selected ground attack weapons.
Mage 2, target down.
Do not come out with your special weapon. Use it when you need to.
We've done enough damage to the harbor, the carrier, and enemy fleet. Drop payload on installations and return to base.
Enemy bomber down. Nice going, Mage 2.
Not too shabby, Mage 2. You still got a long way to go, kid. I'll give you some pointers back at base if you can make it in one piece.
Star warning.
Skykeeper, this is Mage 1 over. Tally 2 bandits.
Copy that. It's a bomber and an escort.
Oh, there, Trigger, settle down. Mage 2, maintain your element with Mage 1. Do not break off. Mage 1, make sure he doesn't do anything stupid. Wilco, Golem 2, let's maintain element.
Copy that, Commander. I've got your 6 covered, sir.
Radio.
Yeah, the clouds are amazing in this. I think that's one of the first things that I noticed was that once you gain altitude and get in amongst the clouds, yeah, it just looks amazing. The ground looks pretty terrible, but it's a plane game. How much time are you going to spend on the ground?
Enemy cruise. Target is down.
Attaboy, Trigger. Attention all combat crews. Are there any drones? Verify. Drones? Are you kidding me right now? Jesus. The kind of shit that really chaps my ass. UAVs. You can't tell them apart.
Missile footing.
Slippery, this one.
Breaking out of luck.
Star warning. Star warning.
Where is he? if I can catch him off guard.
Enemy bomber hit, but still airborne. Finish it off.
Oh, I just pulled off the snake. That sounds really gross. I just tried to pull off the Cobra maneuver, and it kind of looks like it. It's not quite there.
Mage 2's bandit confirmed down.
That was close.
Hesitating for a split second could be the difference between life and death. Stay sharp, think fast.
Roger that.
Yes.
Fox 2. One remaining.
Mage 2, keep your focus. You got this.
I'm spiked!
Mage 2 locked.
I'm way too close to it.
To Golem and Mage. Job well done. All
To
bombers are
Golem
down.
and Mage.
Our radar shows no sign of bandits. You're in the clear.
Fuck yeah.
Mage 2. Flight commander looks like he's got what it takes. Let's slow down. It's just one sortie. Don't try to be a hero. I want you to make it back in one piece, you hear?
Yeah, I gotta side with the boss man on this.
Golem Squadron, this is HQ. Did you confirm any drones?
What's the deal with all the drones?
Golem 1, return to base and report for debriefing.
What?
I am Princess Rosa Cosette Delise of the Kingdom of Erusia. Citizens of Erusia.
Your call sign is Mage 2.
I don't really want to replay.
Mage 2,
Get fast
clear for
forward to
takeoff.
it. Oh, I remember this bit because I was there. Yep. Yeah, this is the bit where I blow stuff up.
Confirmed down. Good
I
job,
don't understand
Mage
why
2.
you can't rewind it in the replay.
Not bad,
That doesn't
Mage
make any
2.
sense.
Your radar. See if you can locate the enemy. Watch out for this whatever.
Look at me. My giant ground attack missiles on. What a fucking noob. Man, who brings ground attack missiles to a dogfight? Pointless. Oof, look at the vapor coming off those wings. So much detail. Pretty badass to be honest.
Mage 2, targets in range, parabomber.
Okay, so this game not only replays your gameplay after, but in the briefing it'll replay your gameplay on a 3D map in the background. Here we go.
We are currently assessing the damage to the base. We have confirmed that the aircraft carrier Albatross was sunk. We know the attacking bogies were from Erusia. International Union peacekeeping force bases all over the Yusian continent were attacked in the same way. The damage is severe. Many wars are lost by failing to recover from the opening blows. That means successfully retaliating was very important. You may have turned the tides of battle here. You have our thanks.
Okay. Okay, I have the thanks. You're welcome.
As of 1 p.m. today, the Kingdom of Erusia has declared war on the Osean Federation. As soon as the news broke out, enemy aircraft began bombing Osean territory, causing widespread destruction. The Air Defense Force has released a statement saying this violent attack was carried out by drones. They speculate the drones were secretly transported to Osea in shipping containers and launched remotely. The Secretary of the Navy has stated that the enemy was targeting naval ports across the country. According to the Secretary, all of the nation's aircraft carriers, including one still under construction, sustained severe damage in the attacks. We have yet to hear back from the department as to the fate of Osean carriers currently at sea. Hold on. I've just received breaking news. The International Space Elevator, which is being built in southern Yusia, has been seized by the Erusian army. Reports say former President Harling was touring the site at the time, but his current whereabouts are unknown. Our sources in government tell us it was Harling's policies regarding the space elevator that caused economic frictions in the area,
so I haven't played any of the previous
located near Erusia
Ace
on the
Combat
continent
games,
of Yusia.
so
The
I might
space
be a little
elevator
bit
has been
behind
under
on
construction for some
the
time
lore
now.
or anything
The
pre-existing.
executive office of the Osean
Seems pretty
Federation has declared
straightforward
a national
at
state
the
of
moment,
emergency.
except for
They
the
have ordered
space
all its
elevator
armed
business.
forces, including Yusian peacekeepers, to mobilize and make the necessary preparations to launch an immediate counterattack. Ladies and gentlemen, our country is officially at war. Stay tuned for further updates.
Breaking news from ENN. Osea launched an attack on the
They have
capital
a Fox
today,
News
striking
network.
Farbanti from their aircraft carrier, the Kestrel II. After a brutal battle, the Erusian Air Force successfully repelled them. During the air raid, the Osean Air Force fired missiles at the city and managed to shoot down a number of Erusian fighters. Some of the disabled planes then crashed into residential areas.
The world was screwed. 20 years ago, the Earth got slammed by an asteroid. Usually on the wrong side of the planet and got hit. Hard. Refugees swarmed the Erusian Republic, the biggest country on the continent, plunging it into chaos. They were desperate and started a war. One they had no hope of winning. That's the war my dad fought and died in. The biggest nations from 2 continents went head-to-head, and the so-called righteous Oseans struck the deal that ended it. They fancied themselves the only nation that could bring peace and stability to the world. They even tried saving the Yusians, still suffering from the disaster. That's how a space elevator, stretching way up into the sky, ended up being built in Yusia, paid for by the Oseans. President Harling said he did it out of compassion for his fellow humans. But to the folks in Erusia, it looked like Osea was moving in to take over. Erusia went from being a republic back to being a kingdom.
Fuck, I hope this game explains
When they
the
started this new war, they managed to get
space
the drop
elevator.
on everyone.
At the moment, it doesn't make a lick of sense.
The second the declaration hit the news, Erusian forces took control of the space elevator without spilling a single drop of blood. President Harling was touring the elevator when it happened and disappeared. Then, while that was going on, the Erusian ships that were docked all around Osea released a swarm of drone fighters they had hidden on board in containers. No one thought they were capable of doing what they did that day. With pinpoint accuracy, they managed to take out everything that was military.
Pretty insane. It's a lot
and
like
not a single
how
civilian was hurt in the process.
drones are launched.
Osea pissed lots
Or
of
how
people
modern
off with their
drones are
huge
launched.
military presence around
So
the
an
world.
attack like this is
Erusia didn't have
I
the
wouldn't
same
say highly
reach,
possible,
but they could hit their
an
targets
attack this
faster
style
and cleaner. And when all this was going down, I just so
is a
happened to be in
possibility
my
in today's
flying
world.
drag racer. In case you were wondering, yeah, I survived. I crashed in a bombed-out Ocean Air Force base, then got arrested for breaking wartime aviation laws or some crap. The world went from being at peace to being at war, all in the blink of an eye.
Princess Rosa consent release of the Kingdom of Erusia. Today, Ocean airstrikes have shattered the lives of countless Erusians. Their attacks practically leveled the school I went to. It is heartbreaking.
I was tried, found guilty, and stuffed into a cargo ship. For company, I had some court-martialed soldiers. And remember those mothballed planes I told you about before? They were loaded on the ship, too. We headed off down south for several days, and then swung east. That's how I got here. I was thousands of kilometers from Erusia, on the opposite side of the Yuzian continent. For a port, it was dull as hell. It had 3 rusty patrol boats, and the base? The fences were topped with razor wire, the tower had a searchlight and machine guns,
What a shitty base.
and a truck with a gun turret was parked in front of the gate. Its gun was aimed at the yard. This was a prison. This place looked like a full-on base, but half the tanker trucks were just big balloons, and the runways weren't even paved, just painted on the dirt. The whole place was just one big fat lie. The only reason I was here is because they knew I'd restored a supersonic plane. They wanted me to make something out of the mothballed planes they brought, that they could park on the fake runway. Can you believe that shit? So, I tried to escape. They found
Fire
out
base.
and set the dogs on me.
Wouldn't be the first time. I've heard stories of soldiers in Afghanistan making cardboard cutouts of tanks and BMPs, and then attaching them to the side of light vehicles, mainly just to scare and
has made a
intimidate the
declaration to the
enemy.
Ocean Federation and all countries on the Yusian continent stationing the IUN peacekeeping force that we are now at war. Right after the declaration
That tactic
was made,
in itself
surprise
is
attacks
as
began
old as
around the
combat.
continent that have inflicted
Just
major damage to our
making your
armed
forces look bigger and scarier than what they actually
forces
are.
aligned with Erusia are currently appearing throughout Yusia. The combination of these forces has overwhelmed the majority of the continent, and they are now encroaching on us in the east. Additionally, the multinational space elevator has been seized by the Erusian military. After the previous war, the space elevator became both a symbol of peace and a valuable asset in the fight against growing energy concerns. Whoever has control of it will have enormous influence over the entire continent. We cannot turn a blind eye to this critical situation. The Fort Grays Air Base Squadron has been entered into the order of battle to reclaim the elevator as an advanced element. First, you will attack all hostiles coming in the east of Schofield Plateau to stop any interference with the Allied ground troops. The enemy has deployed several vehicles equipped with anti-air radar along the roads. You are to destroy them. They should not pose much of a threat. However, there is a high likelihood that the attack will draw more enemy air support. If that happens, fight them off swiftly and establish air superiority.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it, boys. I really want to try and get the A-10. I've always wanted to fly A-10 since I was a kid, but they were decommissioned in the Australian Air Force years ago, a lot of years ago. So now is my chance, and I can. Fuck yeah, Warthog, bigger the sky. Apparently, when the gun fires, the plane has to come down at a specific angle just to hold it in flight. And if the plane does sustain fire, the recoil of it can bring the plane to a stall. Yes. I wonder why it's red. Oh, that's why it's red. Okay. I think I might go. I really want to go rocket, but this will do more damage. Alright, so it should be a pig to fly because it has no mobility due to the twin engines mounted above.
Target is on rails, but there's still military vehicles and anti-air weaponry. Destroy the target. But HQ has made it clear that no harm should come to civilians and no damage is to be done to public facilities.
But, any aircraft
it's a
shot
bit hard
down
when I'm
land in
bombing things.
civilian territory.
No point arguing. That's how war is these days.
Do you have visual on the anti-air radar vehicles? They should be close.
Yep.
H2 bombs away.
Not bad.
Intercept! Fire the AA! Get the radar vehicle out of there! It's popping off now, Trigger. The war has officially begun.
That's the AA gun. Oh shit. Messed that right up. I got rugby brain.
We're using the containers now. Those weapons are meant for technical flexibility.
Oh.
Target destroyed. 5 to go.
We don't have any anti-air weaponry in place yet. We can't get the fighters out there. Attack the radar vehicle!
Target destroyed.
Caution. Pull up.
Oh. It is a lot, compared to the other jets, it is a lot more difficult to fly at low altitude. a boom goes of a dome.
We can't wait any longer. We need interceptors now. Shit, where are the damn interceptors?
Did I get it? Got it.
I got him. He's mine.
Target destroyed. Target destroyed. 3 to go. Continue to engage at your discretion. Enemy
Well,
interceptors
I think I just destroyed half that
Prepare to
town.
engage in 30 seconds.
Okay.
Here they come. Take them down. Okay, recruits. Pay attention to who's on what side. The newest IFF is connected to our entire force via satellites. It's reliable, so trust your radars.
Missile.
Missile.
Chaff and flares launched. 2 targets remaining.
Radar was just about to go online. Push the plan forward too fast. Base is too far from Allied territory. Locked on. H2, you're targeted. Protected. Breaking to escape mode. Box 2.
Oh, this thing's an absolute pig to fly. Tell you what, doesn't like 0G maneuvers. High G maneuvers. Two, 4. Ah.
Box 2.
Unlucky.
Initiating attack.
I don't even know what I was locked onto.
Vehicle down.
Trigger, there's one more to go. This is School 6. Enemy is locked on me. Move the enemy aircraft away from the base.
Fox 2.
Missile heading your way. Checker 6, you've got a bandit. Didn't connect.
Target is in range of guns.
What's going on here?
I've maneuvered behind the enemy.
That was the last radar vehicle. Great work. Radar vehicle's destroyed, but the interceptor shows no sign of retreating. Take it out. Continue with the mission. Crush as many as you can.
Enemy transports are taxiing.
Find your manuals in a language we can understand.
Oh, I nailed him.
Clouds don't just affect your field of vision. They also mess with your HUD and radar. The Seekers can sometimes lose their lock-on to their targets, too.
Oh, transport.
Fox 2! Fox 2! Why don't they withdraw? What? They gonna bring their buddies back from the dead? Hostile eliminated. Enemy transport destroyed. There's more.
C-17. Uncomfortable planes to fly in. Especially if you're in the back.
Keep your mind focused.
Miller 1, enemy will crash in a residential area.
Just worry about staying alive for now.
5 targets remaining.
All transports have been destroyed. But what were they carrying?
Pull up.
Four targets remaining.
Enemy has a lock on you. Get away from that vehicle! Now! Missile inbound! Breaking! On his tail.
Mage 2 bombs away.
Target has been destroyed.
Column 4, Fox 2. Are you telling me we can't even avenge our own?
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Bandit evaded attack. Try again. So you want us to take down the enemy without damaging any public facilities? That's gonna be a circus.
3 targets remaining.
Launch preparation
Oh,
complete.
pretty sure it's from the school.
Whenever you're ready. Stand clear 15 meters. UAVs ready to launch. Away.
We'll find the drones. I definitely bought the wrong plane to cross.
What happened? Status report.
Multiple bogeys on radar. They're close.
Wait, they're being launched.
You're cleared to engage. They're probably hostile.
Judging by the way they look and move, they gotta be drones. Well spotted, clown. No doubt about it, we're dealing with UAVs. But that doesn't change a thing. Just think of them as somewhat clever decoys. Take them all down. These drones have great agility. All aircraft. You know what high G turns are, right? Use them. HQ, this is Golem 1. Bandits confirmed as UAVs. Repeat, bandits are drones. Golem 1, that doesn't matter. Destroy all enemy fighters and get out. Doesn't matter.
There he is.
He's saying the war can change in an instant. Get over it. Yeah, I just wish they'd give us a bit more warning. The enemy does a few moves, but that's about it. Just chase them down and pull the trigger.
Missile. Missile.
In gun range.
Golem 2, the enemy's reading you.
Missile.
Got it.
Target lock. Firing.
The only plus side to fighting these drones is that they have really weak armor.
Kind one.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Don't try to read their movements.
Mage 2 locked.
Just
Not getting away.
Golem 2, Fox 2.
Someone get him.
Don't ice up in there.
Trigger, don't let them keep you run around. Take them down one at a time. Surround them.
Missile.
Careful, the enemy has a lock.
Missile.
I'm buying dinner for anyone who takes down an enemy.
There's a bar I want to try.
You're doing good. Just 2 more.
Enemy on your tail.
Stall warning. Stall warning.
Mage 2, missile away.
Missile.
Missile. I've got an enemy in front of me and behind me.
One to go. Let's get through this without any casualties.
Caution. Pull up.
That's close.
Where'd he go?
It's too far away. Keep diving. Oh.
Mage 2, Fox 2.
Show up on the radar.
Enemy aircraft confirmed down.
The skies are clear. Nice work, everyone. Mission complete. RTB.
No casualties. We couldn't have done any better. Returning to base.
I don't know. Maybe the bandits we took down caused civilian casualties.
No point arguing. That's how war is these days. You shoot, someone gets killed. The guys in charge take care of the rest.
Ammunition is 0.
Current target is on rails.
Alright, guys.
There's still military vehicles and...
It's pretty late at night, so I think I might call it there for this stream. Thanks for tuning in for mission 1 and 2 of Ace Combat 7, and just watching me fail and talk shit. See how we did.
You've given us air superiority by destroying their radar. The first barrier keeping us from retaking the space elevator is gone. Now is the time to group up and begin the counteroffensive. Let us reclaim what is ours.
Thanks again, guys, and I'll see you next time.